Mrparka here to review one from Artsploitation Films. I'm just going to be reviewing the first disc for now, and I'm going to come back. This video will be cut, obviously, in two different takes, and review the second disc, which is loaded with special features and other feature film and whatnot. I just want to get my ideas on camera right after I watch the movie because Vanishing Waves is a pretty wild and different type of film that it needs to be seen to be kind of grasped in complete understanding or lack thereof understanding. But basically the film here follows I can't remember the main character's name. I can't believe I already forgot. Lucas. And he works, he's a scientist. He essentially goes into like the sleep chamber type deal, and he's connected to usually computers where he is bonded through mind things and sees like connects on a mind level with the computers. But they try something new here. It's an experiment that they're going to try to connect him to a comatose patient and see if he can kind of wake this person up. But what happens here is he's not really supposed to communicate with the person. He's just supposed to kind of see what's going on and scope the idea out and you know, help them with the research and see if they can help this person. What happens is, well, by the second dream sequence, he ends up connecting and meeting this beautiful, gorgeous girl, and they kind of start having a really nice relationship at first, very silent at first. But things start to take a weird turn during a dinner scene. This whole movie is completely, obviously, surreal and art-like, of course. But then again, when you're in the mind and you're in dreams, and that it's a very fitting place, a surreal, lucid type deal. And of course, the house in the film, the main house in the film, is very cool. Symbolizes kind of at the end, the breaking it down to get in, kind of like the thing in her mind would be like the dark spots in her brain that have closed down. There's like some symbolization like that obviously in here, but there's some really weird scenes in here, and at points it does get really weird and actually kind of different. Oh, there's the food scene can be a little bit kind of gross with people spitting on each other, but it's also kind of cute until it takes a really kind of weird turn, like I said. And there's some crazy stuff in here. a scene that is very reminiscent of the movie Society by Brian Yunza, which is really weird that a scene like that would pop in here, involving all the bodies on the back here. But if you guys have seen Society, it's not anything over the top like that. It is weird, it is different, but it is reminiscent of that, I will say. And a scene involving someone being beat, which is just really, really realistic looking. And a thing, but the movie is touching, and as surreal and lucid as it is, they really kept in the idea that death is real. I mean, the idea death in this movie seems really real. It seems like close to you throughout the thing, and you know, he's trying to save a life and whatnot. Of course, all this stuff like this affects his real life as well. It had affects his entire life, his health and things like that. And he starts having relationship problems with his actual wife, and he gets outwardly violent at points. And all in all, you know, it's just a really odd movie, which two actors who weren't scared to do anything, cover themselves in mud, run around naked, spit food at each other, climb among naked bodies. You know, just two brave actor and actresses, both very brave, both very good. And it is a very different movie, and you know, it is a sexual movie, of course, but there's something about the dreams and in your brain, deep down inside, that is a very sexual place. And, you know, sometimes like dreams and things like that are just certain triggers and stuff, and very, very odd things. Your subconscious mind knows more about you than anything else, I guess I would say. And that film does say some things like that in here as well. But it's very well made, very shot very nice. A lot of cool scenes and cool shots and everything like that. It is a bit sad, I will say as well, but it's a very well made film, and Artsploitation, I guess, definitely fits under that label for sure. But that is my review of the actual film. I will get to the special features later and whatnot, and the other film on there. But I'd recommend checking this film out, especially if you like weird films, foreign films, movies that involve dreams and things like that. Now, this is not going to be for every horror fan or whatever, but I think that a lot of horror fans will be able to appreciate some of this as well. Definitely cult fans, and definitely surreal fans, and definitely fans of experimental cinema. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back. Hey, Mrparka, and I just got done watching the second disc of Vanishing Waves, Artsploitation release. And like I said, I could not watch it all in one sitting. I watched the film on the first disc, and then I popped in the second disc because it comes with the director's first feature, the Collectress, which is a pretty strange tale. Definitely more straightforward than Vanishing Waves. It follows a woman whose father dies, and she sort of has a life crisis. She's very cold and stern and serious, and she, through her company, she hires a video editor, and the video editor is kind of he's like kind of an alcoholic, but he has a warped sense of humor, I guess you'd put. And she sees that the guy edits things for what they are, or finds something certain in it, and she ends up connecting with him on another level, and goes through and finds him and pays him to help his addiction and debts and things like that, to film scenarios and situations that she's in. At first it starts as like a comedy thing, and you realize that she cannot laugh or cry or have any interest or emotions in real life. She said that she learned how to play cards from her father, and it's like that stern face. Her father made a joke early on in the film about her face showing what was in her hand, and it's the complete opposite throughout the film. So basically, she can only show emotion through the films that after she's watching them. So she decides to do some pretty funny things at first. Things that she finds funny, but eventually it gets very serious about the halfway mark. Actually, a pretty disturbing scene in there at one point, and things start getting serious, and she also has other plans, and she can be very, very cruel at times and disconnected and despondent. And she does a really good job in acting, and the film has, again, it's very good cinematography. Both these films are from Lithuania, and as far as I know, these are both the first two Lithuanian films I have ever seen. I would recommend both movies are good. The Collectress probably won't interest too many big cult fans, but I think that film fans will enjoy it. It is a very well-made movie, and it is an interesting take on a life crisis and kind of finding yourself or living through film, I guess you'd put, even though it's you in the film. Kind of a cool idea there. There's also an 18-minute making of with interviews with the producer, the director, some of the actors, things like that. Some shots on set and whatnot, a whole bunch of trailers on here, an isolated soundtrack, which is pretty cool because, like I said, the soundtrack is very ambient and very lucid and very good at the same time. But it is a 2-disc set, also has a reversible cover with nudity intact for you guys that want to see that or you want to switch out your cover, and it comes with a booklet here. So this is a nice release. They didn't pull any stops. This movie would look great on Blu-ray. I'm not sure why they didn't do a Blu-ray release, but I'm sure it would look beautiful. But it is a solid, weird, different movie, and I would recommend Vanishing Waves. And if you get it, definitely check out The Collectress. If you enjoy this one, you'll like the other one, more straightforward. The lead guy from Vanishing Waves is also the lead guy in The Collectress, and he does a great job in that one. He actually seems like a genuinely real character, people that I have met in life. But thanks very much for watching, and have a good one.